Hi, Rich Harfichter again with Virtual Tax Office. This is an overview of the Exemption Certificate Manager module, ExCert for short, which includes the ability to issue certificates to vendors as well as request and store them from your customers. As a sales-oriented video, this is intentionally short, and the main goal is to provide a general sense of the main functionality and how the module operates. So if you have a specific use case you'd like to see addressed or otherwise need more information, please contact us to discuss your needs or set up a personalized demo. Before we start, here's some background on creating certificates. There are two ways in which certificates are created, both for issuance to vendors as well as customers submitting them to you. First, you can generate them from data entered into VTO onto our fillable PDF forms library, or you can scan and upload images. The preferred and most efficient method is to utilize our PDF library of fillable exemption certificates, which covers all U.S. states for at least resale goods, to generate certificates using data entered into the system rather than requiring a form to be manually completed, scanned, and then uploaded. By using this method for generating certificates, you don't use data storage since there's no image saved, and the partially validated metadata that was entered is used to populate the form itself, including an image of the signature from an on-screen trackpad. Thus, these documents are by default more likely to be valid, with appropriate checkboxes being checked, but they do still require review to ensure the entries make sense. The system also allows the use of scanned images, which do count against your storage allowance and are generally more time-consuming to prepare, review, and process, and one of the module preferences allows you to choose to use our PDF library versus requiring all forms to be scanned. Now that you understand the two main options for creating certificates, let's get the demo party started. The landing page of the ExCert module, like all VTO modules, is a dashboard which focuses on items requiring attention as well as general information about what's being tracked in the module. For ExCert, the main panel includes any certificate submissions requiring review, any expiring or expired certificates, and any email delivery failures. Clicking on the Go button of any of these records will take you right to that item to handle what's needed. The smaller panels give summary information for what's going on within the module. The first one shows the total number of items needing attention in the main panel by type, and the buttons take you to the main grid page for each function. The next one shows the number of items currently active in the module, or otherwise not revoked or expired. The third one shows recently revoked certificates for both vendors and customers, and the buttons pop up a screen that allows you to see which certificates were actually revoked. Beyond the dashboard, the main functions include Sales, which is used for requesting and storing exemption certificates from your customers, and Procurement, which is used to issue certificates to your vendors. If you're assigned an admin level role for this module, you'll also see the Options menu to set module preferences and otherwise control the module's behavior for all users. Let's look at Options for a minute. Here, you can set up your own letter and email templates, manage the module's behavior, and set your sales tax registration account numbers in order to generate your certificates you issue to vendors. The Communication Templates item opens the list of our standard email and letter forms based on event, like requesting a certificate from a customer or issuing one to a vendor, and allows you to create custom templates for each event as well. The Module Preferences item allows you to make your choices on things like allowing the use of generated forms using our PDF library, providing grace periods for expiration, requiring a second level of review for certificate submissions, and how exemptions apply to states that allow the use of another state's form. We call these virtual exemptions. The Registrations page allows you to enter your sales tax registrations number for each of your org chart entities by jurisdiction. Looking at the Sales function, there are menu choices for each stage of obtaining certificates from a customer. First, you can set up your customers here, including specific contact information for exemption certificate requests that may be different than your generic customer contact. Then, you can request certificates from customers either electronically or using a paper request that you fax or mail to your customers. If they submit their certificates using the VTO Customer Document Portal, or CDP, They will then appear in the Review feature. The Review feature allows you to approve a submission, reject it, or request additional information, which then returns the submission to the customer in the CDP where they can respond appropriately. This can go back and forth as often as needed. Once approved, a submission becomes a certificate, listed here. You can always see the image of the certificate, whether uploaded or generated, during review and in the certificate view. From here, you can also create a manual certificate using our Create Certificate wizard if you already have one, or you get one through email or means other than the CDP. If you create one that has been requested, the system will allow you to delete the request at the same time you create the certificate. Once there are approved certificates in the system, you can check for exemptions by customer and by jurisdiction and also export the exemptions to Excel for use in other systems. The landing page for exemptions shows your exports of the exemption data files and allows you to create a new export file or search for a specific exemption or group of them. Both the Exemption Search and Export functions include the extension of virtual exemptions to those states you have selected in the Virtual Exemption Preferences in the Options menu, and these are shown as virtual, so you know if you have the exact matching form or if you're relying on another state's form for that exemption. In many cases, you'll have both, and the exact match is always listed if one exists. Moving to the Procurement function, there are menu choices for managing the issuance of certificates to your vendors. First, you can set up your vendors here, again including specific contact information for exemption certificate requests that may be different than your generic vendor contact. Then, you can issue certificates to vendors either electronically via email or using the old-fashioned print and mail or fax methods. Either certificate generation method, generated or scanned, can be used for any delivery method, but obviously if you don't allow VTO to send the certificate via email, someone will have to handle the actual delivery of the cover letter and certificate to your vendor. User roles available for Workflow Manager are read-only, which can only see data but not make changes, user, which allows for creating and approving certificates, requests, issuing certificates, and managing contact information, super user, which can be defined within the module preferences to review any submissions a user approves or certificates they create, and admin, which can set options for the module. That's it for this overview. We hope it was helpful, and if you aren't already a subscriber, why not join the movement today? For more detail about any other module of VTO, check out our other overview videos. Thanks for watching, and please let us know if you need any more information.